Johnny English Strikes Again is a 2018 movie, which is the third movie in the Johnny English series. And to be honest, I've actually really enjoyed both Johnny English movies. I think the first one is just a blast, and the second one I love. I think that movie is perfect for what it needs to be. So I was pretty excited to see this movie. It's not great. I wouldn't even say it's good. But it has the things I needed from this film. Let's start with the positives, because there are a lot. The comedy, again, is great. Rowan Atkinson is hilarious in these movies. His character has nothing to him. All the characters in these movies have nothing to them. But these movies, you've got to look at as pure entertainment. These movies are made to entertain a certain audience. They are not made to be cinematic action comedy masterpieces. They're not made to blow minds away. They're just made to sit down, watch, rewatch, and entertain for a couple of hours. And those sort of movies, I think, need to be out there. Because, yeah, you can have all these amazing blockbusters that are really, really cool and funny and awesome to watch. And then you can have some of the smaller, more masterpiece-worthy movies that are like this. But I think these easy-to-watch, fun movies, I think they're great to be put out there. And even if they're not well made in that aspect, this movie has nothing unique, nothing well made in it. The direction is as bland as it gets, the characters are as bland as it gets, the scenes are as bland as they get. But mild entertainment like this needs to be out there. And I think this movie does it perfectly. Because the comedy is really good. There were sequences, I was laughing, I was having a good time. And that's what comedy's supposed to do. If comedy makes you laugh, it's good. It's good comedy. There you go. You know, if a movie's bad and it makes you laugh, it's a good comedy. Even if it's not supposed to be a comedy. So, comedy, I think, is all about laughter, and it's all about how the way comedy is filmed and how the way it's shot, and the surprises with it. And this movie does a great job of that. So some really funny sequences. Not any sequences that are as well done as the second one. The second one is full of amazing sequences that were hilarious. This movie doesn't really live up to that. There's a great VR sequence that I could not stop smiling. I actually had to replay and watch that whole sequence again because it was really funny. There's a dancing scene that I thought was really funny as well. The actual musical score I actually really liked for this film, and some of the song choices. In terms of the pacing with these movies, that's really important, because they have to stay in steady flow. If parts of the movie are boring, you're going to switch it off, you're not going to care. But I think this movie has a nice continuous flow, and I think the pacing is pretty much, it's standard throughout, you know, it never really dips, it never really becomes boring. It always has some funny sequences to keep you entertained. With some of the comedy sequences, though, sometimes I feel like they are in a situation, and it's really bugging because they're in that situation, and then and then it cuts to them getting out of that situation, and you don't know how they actually got out of that situation. It's really quite frustrating, and I think if they had these big, elongated, like, 5 to 10 minute sequences where they're trying to get out of that situation, instead of just cutting away to, I'm out of it now. I think they could have made some really, really funny sequences, and it also would have bumped up the runtime a little bit more as well. It just would have made the movie funnier and better made as a result. There are some good ideas placed with this movie. There are some good comedy concepts for sequences that I really liked. But everything else is as bland as you can get it, you know. All the characters have nothing to them. The story and the plot is cyber attack, internet thing, you know, that sort of cliche stuff. But because these sort of movies go against those sort of cliches, you can sort of make up for it. And I think a lot of people will enjoy this movie. And there's two sides to this film. There's the critic side of me that's like, this movie is not well made at all, like the other ones. But then there's the enjoyability side of me that I was just like, to be honest, I was entertained throughout the whole runtime of this movie. And I had a smile on my face, I was enjoying myself, I had a good time. Does that mean it's a good movie? Not really. Having a good time doesn't really necessarily mean it's a good movie. But I did enjoy myself. And the movie does have a lot of issues I definitely think it could have fixed. The plots and storylines definitely could have been improved, I think. It's a big thing. There's lots of inconsistencies. There's things where you're like, how the hell did he do that? How the hell did he get out of that place? How the hell did he do this? How the hell did he get there? What's going on? There's a lot of moments like that where the continuity and the actual sense of things is ridiculous. But you expect sort of those little mistakes in these sort of movies, and I can give way with that. And to be honest, I enjoyed Johnny English Strikes Again. In no means is this a bad film, because it's not well made in that aspect. It's just good at what it does, at what it needs to do. It does a good job, but it definitely could have been better. But I'm not saying this is a really well made movie, because it's not. I'm just saying, if you're one of those people that you want to go see this movie because you like the other ones and you like this style of film, you're going to get maximum entertainment out of this movie, like I did. But it is very cliche, it is very average, it doesn't do anything new, but it does entertain certain audiences. But if you're not one of those audiences that aren't going to enjoy this movie, if you know you're not going to enjoy this movie, then don't watch this movie. Just skip it. But there is entertainment out there for some people, and I was one of the people that was entertained by this movie. So, overall, yeah, I enjoyed parts of this movie. It's not a good movie, but it definitely is fun. I'm going to give Johnny English Strikes Again a C+. I'm also going to give this movie a 6 out of 10. Comment your opinions down below, and of course, thank you for watching. Goodbye.